Hey everybody, Stacy here with Usborne Books and More, and I am so excited to share with you some of our amazing books for kids who are just now learning how to read. My son Asher is 5 years old, and I can't tell you how excited I am to have all of these tools available as he learns to read. So I'm going to jump right in. This is the Usborne very first reading set. This is the set that made me want to become a consultant. It's got 15 hardcover books, and each of them build on the skills or sounds that the child learned in the book before. This is a phonics-based learn to read set, which means that it's sound-based, so you're focusing on groups of sounds at a time. So with Pirate Pat, can't go wrong with pirates. One of the things that the first 7 books utilize is shared reading, which means that the grown-up is going to read some of the text and the child's going to read their own simple lines of text. So in this one, on the first page, we say, "The night was cold, the sky was black, the window rattled." That's my part. And then my son's going to say, "Tap, tap, tap." So they're sounding out really simple words, but they still get to be a part of a really fun story because of the text that you're reading. "Sit, Sam, sit. It is a man." So these are all really simple words, but they're also giving your child a sense that they can read. It's really building confidence for them. So in books 1 through 7, your child's share of the reading is going to get bigger and yours is going to get smaller, and by the time they get to book 8, they'll be reading on their own. By the time they get to book 15 with Mr. Mystery, they'll be reading sentences like, "Mr. Mystery came from a faraway land. He could juggle with fire and walk on his hands." That's a far cry from "Sit, Sam, sit," and it shows just how far these books can take your child in building their reading skills. So again, this is the Usborne very first reading set, and it comes with a parent guide that's going to teach you exactly how to utilize this to get your child off to the best start. So that is the very first reading set. Another tool that parents love is the Starting to Read pack. This features 8 phonics reading books in paperback, a nice little set. And it has some of the books from the very first reading set, but some titles that you may not have seen before. It also includes a great little poster that you can put in your child's room while they're learning their letters. And it also includes an activity book so that they can build on what they're learning in the books that they're reading. So that is our Starting to Read pack. One of the things that I've been learning as I've been trying to teach my son how to read is that the English language is completely crazy. And one of the ways that we can help kids get comfortable as they learn to read is through rhyming. And so our phonics readers make really great use of rhyming. This is B Makes Tea and Underpants for Ants, and of course Underpants for Ants is my son's favorite. So it features really lively stories with rhyming text, and so this works really well as either a read aloud or if your child's starting to read independently, this makes great practice for them. One of the things that I love about our phonics books is that it helps them get a real sense of the rhythm and sound of language, which is also going to make them a more confident reader. We also have collections of our phonics books, like Cow Takes a Bow and Other Tales. This one features 6 of our phonics stories. And we also have Ted and Friends, which features 12 phonics stories, features a read-along CD, and also features illustrations by Stephen Cartwright, which means that there's going to be a little duck hiding somewhere on each page. There's our duck friend. So on every page there's a bit of search and find fun along with the fun words and pictures. And about a third of the pages also feature flaps that they can open. So there's a little bit of suspense that's added into the story as they try and figure out what is behind each flap. So this is Ted and Friends. The last books that I'm going to talk about are our dual readers. We have some dual readers that focus on kids' first experiences, like going to the dentist or going to school. We have other ones called The New Baby or Going to the Doctor. And what I love about these is, again, they involve shared reading. So your child can read this simple line of text up at the top, and you'll be reading this more complicated storyline down at the bottom. Now, if your child was reading by themselves, they could read only this line of text and it would still form a complete story. But when you're reading together, you can kind of fill in some more fun details. Another thing that I love is that as your child's reading skills grow, they can start reading this too. So this is a book that's going to grow with your child. So those are our dual readers. We also have some dual reader collections. Usborne Book of Fairy Tales, the complete collection of Farmyard Tales, and also princess stories. These are great. And again, they feature dual reading, which means you have these beautiful illustrations, and these are classic fairy tales. So up at the top, you're going to have your simple line of text, and down at the bottom, you have lines that the parent or grown-up can read to sort of make the story a little bit more fun. So this is the Usborne Book of Fairy Tales. I hope that as you've seen my video, you've seen some good ideas, some great tools to help your child not only learn to read, but learn to read confidently and learn that reading is fun, because reading should always be fun. Thanks!